Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cat fans. Thanks for joining us. And first, a couple thank yous before we get to last week's game and this week's opponent. So each week I'll take some people that really help our program to give them thanks. So today's thank yous go to Mike, who's right here with me, Mike Spriggs, who runs the CavFootball.com and does all our from the on-ground filming at games, and he's done it for lots and lots of years, so we really appreciate that. And then the other two, Rod Stogler and Chris Crone, who do all our stats for us, and then they send them to Mike, and Mike puts them on the Cav Football, and Chris sends them to all the different media outlets, and they do so much to make it easier for us and get the final stats printed, and then he just sends them to me, and he sends them to the league, and it takes care of all that stuff. So, and Rod is his right-hand man, doing a lot of the legwork and the calling of the game, so to speak, and Chris is on his computer. So thanks to those three guys. So let's back up a week. We played Kenton last week, and for the first time in a long time that I can remember, it was a game before school started. And that's because of the playoff situation where we have one extra game, one extra playoff game, so the schedule got moved up. But the score was 44-14. Kenton is an extremely young team. I was really impressed with their new staff and how hard they played and how hard they kept playing after we kind of had the game in control there fairly early. So we did what we felt like we should be able to do with a veteran team facing a really young team, very efficient. Offensively, we had no turnovers. We didn't punt. We did have one drive, I think one or two drives that we stalled and didn't make it on a fourth down, and another drive, I think we got a penalty and got stuck behind the chains a little bit. But for the most part, very efficient offense. Defense, I think, gave up 8 yards rushing on the game, and we did give up one long play right before half with a minute 30, about a 45, 50-yard catch and run. So that was, I guess, a little bit the only disappointing thing with the defense. And that was with some of our young guys that were already rotating in. So good start for us. Good start. We're happy with that, and so we're moving on. This week we go to Cincinnati Oak Hills. It's way down on the southwest side of Cincinnati. It's a Division I program, and they play all the big boys down there. So they're in the league with Coleraine, who has won a Division state title, Fairfield, who has won a Division I state title, Princeton, who's won a couple. Middletown, Sycamore, Lakota East, Lakota West, and they're an extremely large D1 school, over 1,000 boys in their school. So it's concerning that they have that many players. It's concerning that it's going to be really hot. It's concerning that they don't have anybody playing both ways, and we have several guys at least playing 1.5 ways. So that's a big concern, and obviously on the eye test, they're gonna be bigger than us, and I'm not sure about stronger, but the eye test will look better for them. But you still got to play, and we took that challenge on. We needed a game, and we're going to go down and give it a shot and see what we can do against one of the big boys. So that game is at 7 o'clock, I believe. If you're going to 7:30 game. Okay, I'm going to have to double check that and let our fans and players know. So that probably kind of helps us a little bit with the heat situation. So I lost my train of thought now. So we're going to leave about around 2 o'clock, 2:30, stop halfway, get something to eat, and then we'll head down. Senior spotlight. Each week I'm going to pick a couple seniors till I run out. So this week's two guys are Jesse Meyer, number 88, and Tyler Schwederman, number 21. And I picked them and paired them together, I guess, because in some ways they do some similar things for us. They're both receivers. They're both really good track guys. As you know, Tyler won the state championship in the 300 hurdles, individual hurdles. Jesse, I think, qualified in the long jump and the shot put and maybe even high jump. I know he at least two things. So they're good track guys, and they also both play basketball. So both three-sport guys. Jesse's about 6'4", 215, and Tyler's about 6'3", 180, 185. So long, lanky dudes that were a very much important part of our season last year. Jesse will also play defensive end for us and be our kicker and punter. And so he does a lot of things there. Unfortunately, we don't think Jesse's going to be able to play this week. He slightly separated his shoulder on a touchdown, actually, falling in the end zone. So that's a sting for us because you think, well, it's one player, but really it's 4 starters for us in this game Friday. So that's a tough blow for us. Hopefully he'll be back in a couple weeks, and we'll get him back. But Jesse Meyer, number 88, Tyler Schwederman, number 21, 2 outstanding players for us. Good guys and have worked really hard. They put themselves in that position to be really good football players. So at Oak Hill, Cincinnati Oak Hills, I know what I was going to say about it. I lost my train of thought. I think you have to call or go online and get tickets to get in that game. I'm not sure they have tickets at the gate, so might want to check that situation out. Again, Mike says the game is at 7:30, so might want to double check that, and I'm going to obviously double check, but Mike's pretty on top of things most of the time. So looking forward to the challenge Friday night versus Cincinnati Oak Hills.